What's up, guys? This is Ernest, and this is another reaction video. So I came across this girl, and her subject line is exposing the truth about Forex in 2021. Is IML Academy a scam? So let's see. Let's react to the video. I think, let me see how her thumbnail looked actually. I don't know how the thumbnail looked, but it was interesting.
Bitcoin, and then in Bitcoin and Forex, she made like 5K.
Oh, that was the beginning.
1,000 in Bitcoin, and then in Bitcoin and Forex, she made like 5K.
What is that? Is that like candles or something? Does she make candles? What is that? I guess she sells stuff. I don't know. And there's her Instagram. There you go, guys. If you want to follow her and buy candles or juicy body scrubs, that's what it is. There you go. Hopefully she pays me for this promotion.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about Forex because a lot of people want to do Forex. A lot of people got this misconception about Forex for whatever reason. A lot of people think Forex is fake. A lot of people think Forex, they can get money out of you. So I'm going to be clearing up all the rumors and everything about Forex.
Please clear it up for us. Appreciate it.
Okay, so what is Forex? Forex is basically one currency against another currency. So for example, USD versus Euro, that's one currency against another currency. So a lot of people are like saying that.
I mean, she's right, but I want to kind of clarify something. The only way you can really compare something, like how do you know what's cold unless you've tried cold or you've had hot, right? So you kind of have to compare it against something. So, you know, especially with the binary options, it is one USD is a dollar, United States dollar, to something else like euro, Japanese yen, something. So there has to be a comparison. So you know the strength of it. Otherwise, how do you know? I mean, you're just kind of, right? So that's what she's talking about. I just wanted to clarify that.
That people only want them to do Forex because they get paid basically to recruit. And that's true. Like if you're talking about IML, yes, you get paid to recruit. So when I first started Forex, when I first wanted to.
I don't know if I completely agree. If somebody promotes IM Academy and they join an income associated, but they don't make direct money off of somebody like from trading or learning trading, or like if they want to trade outside of that, IM Academy is just the learning of it. If you want to trade, you get your own brokerage accounts, you start trading, and we only use IM Academy for trade ideas and all the education. So we don't get paid to just, you know, recruit with IM Academy. Just to clarify there.
To learn Forex, I was in IML. And what I really noticed about IML was that it was a team. Don't get me wrong, like it was a team. Everybody was trying to get money. Everybody was about their money. But it was just like, if you were new, they were still want to talk about stuff that you didn't know about. So it's like they want you to go to these Zoom meetings, but it was never one-on-one coaching. Like it was never like, okay, like I'll help you. It was like, okay, go to this meeting and they're going to basically give you all the stuff for beginners. So even if you had questions like in the chat, you can type them in there and everything. But to me, it was just more so, I'm really a hand.
Well, just, I mean, in general, and this is across multi-level marketing companies everywhere, any business really, but in particular, I mean, just to kind of save time. I mean, every teacher, that's why they have in schools and colleges, I mean, you know, the bigger the room, the more students they can fit in there, the more, you know, people they can educate. So same thing here, you know, the last trading session, I think there was like 20, 30,000 people across the world, you know, watching and learning the education and the trading. I mean, that's a lot of people. And then the Zoom calls, depending on the team, like ours, we have, you know, 20, 30, 40 people normally. The highest I've seen is like 70 at a time. But I mean, those are the normal, you know, daily, weekly stuff you want to plug in. But me personally, if I ever have a question, I have the leader's information. I have his personal cell phone number. I have his personal Zoom meeting link. And I do the same thing when people join my team. Um, I mean, I do the same thing. I send people my information, and if they want to contact me, even if I'm busy, worst case scenario, I'll send them my scheduler, and they can schedule a time so that way I can block off just for them, if need be. But most those calls are made to basically answer questions and do everything, and it helps because she might not have a question right now, or she hasn't thought about it. Somebody else asks, it's like, oh, I didn't even think about that. So it's actually a good thing. I don't know why she's saying it like that, but maybe she joined, you know, the wrong team. Who knows?
It's on Learner. So I need some like videos, or I need Zoom meetings, like especially because obviously if you're doing Forex, you're trying to get another stream of income. Like I had to work my 9 to 5. These Zoom meetings just wasn't for me. I didn't feel like I was getting the help I needed. And speaking of that, my mentor, the one that put me in IML, he's not even in IML anymore. He has his own because he's talking about IML was, but she was in it though. But besides that.
All right. So the upline mentor gave up and didn't show her right. And then now she's basically gonna, looks like she's doing the same thing. Yeah, I mean, you got to find the right mentor, right person. Just joining under anybody, you're kind of stuck with them. It's kind of like, when you're born, you're stuck with your parents. I mean, if you were born rich or born poor, that kind of sucks, right? That's why, I mean, for me in particular, that's why I did research. I talked to them. I asked questions. You got to be good at asking questions. I personally don't care. Even if I'm on a Zoom with 70 people, if I have a certain question and I need it answered, I ask it on there. I'll say, hey, I have a quick question or whatever, so I don't know.
I noticed that I wasn't getting the help I needed, so I ended up leaving that mentor and I ended up going to a different one. And she was a girl. She was not an IML at all. She had her own program.
So it sounded like she gave up right away. I mean, I guess it doesn't make sense why people give up. Honestly, I mean, I'll show you in a minute all of the training. I mean, literally there's like 100 videos on each program, because there's like 4 main programs. Like Forex is separate from high frequency, separate from cryptocurrency. And I can look at 100 videos on there besides the live educators and live stuff. So I don't know why she left so quickly. I don't think she took the time to like look around the website. I'm that type of person, guys. I don't need to keep calling my mentor, asking them. I mean, if you guys ever get to the chance, by the way, if you ever join us and ask mentor, the person that does all the Zoom meetings and just does all that stuff, his name is Riker Pierce. If you ever join, talk to him and say, hey, quick question, how many, how often did Ernest bug you? And the answer is no, not really. Because I literally log into the back office, I look around, navigate. If I have any questions, I'll call him. But unless I can figure it out, then I don't. That's just the type of person I am. So with her, she literally gave up. I doubt that she even looked in the back office and navigated, honestly.
And I got in her program. She had a 1.0. So I got in her program basically to learn the strategy, and she taught me the strategy. After I learned from her, I got out of the program. So I got all the videos, all the information.
What the? So you went to a second person, you learned her stuff, and then you started copying? This sounds like plagiarism. What the heck?
I needed to do Forex. I got out of the program, and I was basically practicing on trading by myself with my real money.
So she downloaded everything and basically plagiarized it, and then she Wow.
I was doing great. I wasn't trying to rush. One thing about Forex is people get into Forex, they think, oh, we're gonna make easy profits, all those like Snapchats. I see people taking like, oh, I made this amount of money. How long do you them to get there? Like, it's not no overnight or no weekly thing. Like, it takes time. Like, it takes time to get where you want to be in Forex. So like, how long y'all think it took them to get that $100? It took them probably months, 6 to 8 months, years. I've been doing Forex
To make $100? I made $100 the first night. What are you talking about?
for about 6 to 8 months, and I'm still not where I want to be. So don't let them fool you. That IML, that
What the heck? You gave up, went to another one, and stole their stuff, downloaded it, and now you're doing it yourself. Really using videos. Oh my God.
is 6 signals. And I used to be like that. Like, once I started in Forex, I'm like, yeah, like, I really don't need to learn the strategy. I just need signals. So I got in one of those, IML, they used to do signals. They used to just send out signals and you pay like $175 monthly, but you're not really learning the strategy. All you're doing is copy and pasting. That's all what they say. Like, every person, you're going to hear, yeah, if you want to make money while copy and pasting, then this is for you. It's not for everybody. And it's not for you if you're thinking about copy and pasting, period. So yeah, if you're not willing to really learn the
Oh my God. All right. So what is wrong with copying the mentor and making money with them? So they call out trades. They're educating. They're literally narrating what they're doing on the trading sessions. Matthew Thayer, the guy I follow, he does it Sundays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Friday mornings. And he educates, calls out trades. He says, you don't have to trade, but here's what I'm doing. This is why, blah, blah, blah. And everybody, I mean, if you want to make money, you take those trades. That's it. And it is copy and paste. But what's wrong with that? I wouldn't suggest doing that forever. You want to learn, what the strategies are, how to do it and all that stuff, not just taking trades. Otherwise, it's kind of like they're giving you fish, but you're not learning how to fish. So then you can't go out and fish yourself. So you have to literally be a part of it forever. You don't want to do that. It's an academy, it's an education platform for that reason. I personally like the community part, so I doubt that I'll leave it because of the community. But I mean, this lady is crazy. I'm just gonna say that.
strategy. If you're thinking about just copy and pasting just to make some easy money, it's
Yeah. See, she says it like that's the only thing it's there for. No, they were educating you on it, right? And she joined the wrong team, and she doesn't want to make money copying and pasting.
not.
Download stuff from some other lady.
What I would suggest is y'all look around. YouTube, there's plenty of YouTube videos. Most people on YouTube are in IML. And you will hear IML going around a lot. But I'm here to tell you, if you don't have a mentor that's not consistently on you, consistently help you, consistently making sure you're profitable, instead of like having a mentor and then them just letting you go in IML. My mentor didn't text me for days. Like, it was getting to the point where like I didn't know what IML. But yeah, when I went to my new program,
See, I want to say something real quick on that. Whoever that person was, his main job, and giving you maybe some navigation on how to get to whatever and the schedule. And then after that, your job is to plug in, It's not his job to be your assistant and remind you of stuff. Eventually you have to look at the calendar, look at when they're having the education stuff and get plugged in yourself. So honestly, just because she didn't have her assistant, basically she wanted her mentor to be an assistant, which I wouldn't really consider him a mentor because he wasn't really mentoring or coaching or anything. It's just the one that introduced the enroller, right? The sponsor that enrolled her. But still, I mean, I don't know. This lady.
Practiced it. I got out of that program. I ended up going back. So she had a 1.0. I was in that, I learned the strategy. I ended up going to the 2.0, which I'm in right now, because she had way more videos, like way more, stuff to help us than she had before. And I follow her on Instagram. So like every time she was posting about it, you see people making money. You're like, damn, like, I want to make money. So I was really
you want to make money, but then you keep giving up. How is that working out for you?
Looking at that, and then I end up going back to her program. I'm still in her program. I want to say that I learned more than I ever learned before in this program than I learned in any other program.
That's because you stayed longer, obviously. If you're consistent, you stick it out longer in anything, you're going to get way more education compared to getting a little bit from here and there. You're not there long enough to absorb. Anytime for me, okay, let's just talk about language learning, okay? When I first get started in a language, it's freaking completely foreign. But the only reason I personally know HTML, PHP, CSS, web design language, it was completely foreign. Now I know it back and forth. I can create a website from scratch. The reason I know how to say Privyet, Menya Zavut, Ernest, Kak va Zavut, which is Russian, or Hola, mi nombre es Ernesto Martinez, ¿qué es tu nombre? Spanish. That one I've actually known longer. And Allo, ich bin Ernest, German. All these different languages. It was hard in the beginning. You don't know what means what. It's not until you start learning, absorbing, and being in long enough to get good at it. And this girl is freaking giving up way too fast. And then she says, because she was in it longer, wow, I understood more of it. Obviously, because you were in there long enough.
If you guys want to know the program that I am in, I really wouldn't tell you guys, only because in the future, I'm thinking about starting my own program. So
oh my God.
In the future, I'm thinking about coming out with like a course for Forex. Because I know a lot of people trying to get in Forex just don't know where to start, or just feel like, it's a scam in general. I should have did a button.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
I'm back.
I think I'm just gonna stop it right here. So I'm just gonna stop the share. So she gave up IM Academy. She never plugged in. She never looked at the videos. I could tell, because otherwise she would have got more educated. She didn't even plug into the educators themselves. And just because the mentor, basically the sponsor, wasn't calling and bugging her to get on or whatever, she gave up, went to some other lady, downloaded pretty much everything, and then started doing it herself. Then she saw on Instagram that her and her group were making money. Then she rejoined. She had more content, obviously, because she's doing it. Now all of a sudden she's seeing results. And the kicker is now she wants to offer her own program. I mean, oh my God. I personally, when I'm looking to get into a company, or if I'm looking to learn Forex, the reason why I got in, guys, when I first saw the main live trading session, specifically with Matthew Thayer, he took his account from 500 to 8 million when I actually got in. And since then, he made, like last week, he made $1 million because he has such a big account. He trades in big numbers. But it's because in that hour that I saw, he made $76,000. So when you see that live, do you think he knows what he's doing? Of course. Okay. I know how to plug in through my team or directly to IM Academy. Normally, actually, that's what I'm doing now. I connect directly onto it because it's faster that way. And so why would I go anywhere else? And why would I even create? And she doesn't even know enough to create her own thing. I don't want to learn from somebody that just learned. I want to learn from somebody that's been around for years doing it, and they've taken their account to big numbers and they know it back and forth. I mean, if you're going to learn from a mentor, learn from a real mentor, especially if you're going to pay money for it, then pay from something real, this was a very interesting reaction video. I mean, you know, write in the comments what you think, but for me, I mean, this lady, I mean, she gives up a lot, but on top of that, that's, even if I take my account to 100, 200, 300,000 on my HFX account, because I'm only at 20,000 in one of my accounts, the bigger one. But even if I times it by 5, I'm not gonna create my own thing, even if I know what I'm doing, because it's easier just to plug people in to IM Academy or whatever I'm doing, but IM Academy in this case. So this girl, I mean, she's gonna go through a lot of headaches, and now she's working on a business she doesn't really even know that much because she gave up twice on it. So, and if you're watching this, stop giving up, make money, and join the right team. I wouldn't suggest creating your own team. I would plug into a team. That way you can easily, if you need to, plug other people into it. All right, guys.